Oh, hello, great readers. I'm Belchan.
I'm Nimikung.
I'm Van Chan.
In this class, I'll read to all of you. So, 21 Sect of Jane Eyre, an autobiography.
S.
Ah.
Jane Eyre, an autobiography. Charlotte Brontë. 21 Sect 2. Thou. Thou. I'll promise you anything. Thou. To advertise. And to trust this quest of a situation to me. Shall be glad so to do. Thou. If you. In your turn. Very well. Very well. I'll pledge my word on it. Go tomorrow. Yes. So. I suppose so. And how do people perform that ceremony of parting? Jane? Teach me. They say, farewell. Farewell. Weste. Rochester. The same. You like. Farewell. Messar. For the present. It's instant to my notions. And dry. And I'm friendly. Thus, a little addition to the right. If one shook hands. Instant. But no, that would not content me either. Then say farewell. It is enough. Though. Very likely. Is he going to stand with his back against that door? I asked myself. I want to commence my becking. The dinner bell rang. And suddenly away he bolted. Without another syllable. I saw him no more during the day. Was off before he had risen in the morning. About 5 o'clock in the afternoon of the 1st of May. There before going up to the hall. It was very clean and neat. The ornamental windows were hung with little white curtains. The floor was spotless. The grate and fire irons were burnished bright. And the fire burnt clear. Sat on the hearth, nursing her last born, quietly in a corner. Bless you and you would come, exclaimed my Sliven as I entered. Yes, Bessie, said I after I had kissed her. And I trust I am not too late. How is mice? Read. Alive still. Yes, she is alive and more sensible. And collected than she was. The doctor says she may linger core. To yet talking of you only this morning and wishing you would. Come is sleeping now, or was 10 minutes ago at the house. She generally lies in a kind of lethargy all the afternoon and wakes up about 6 or 7. Will you rest yourself here an hour? Miss Robert here entered cradle and went to welcome him. Bonnet and having some tea, for she said I look pale and tired. I was glad to accept her hospitality, the child, out the tea tree with her best china, cutting bread and butter tea cake and between whiles or push just as she used to give me in former days, had retained her quick temper as well as light foot and good looks. Ready, I was going to push the table sit. Still right in her old peremptory tones. The fireside she said with my cup and a plate of toast me with some privately. Po and dainty on a nursery chair obeyed her as in bygone days. Thornfield Hall. And what sort of a person the mistress was, I told her. There is only a master, whether he was a nice gentleman. And if I liked him, man but quite a gentleman, and that he treated me kindly, I was content. That had lately been staying at the house with interest. They were precisely of the kind she wished. I was soon gone. Bessie restored to me my bonnet, and see, and accompanied by her, I quitted the lodge for the hall. Also accompanied by her that I had nearly 9 years ago. The path I was now ascending, an old dark, misty in January, sense of outlawry and almost of reprobation to seek the chilly harbourage of Aloud, borne so far away and unexplored. Made my prospects were doubtful yet, and I had yet an aching heart. I still felt as a wanderer on the face of the earth. I experienced firmer trust in myself and my own powers of oppression. The gaping wind of my wrongs dew heals, and the flame of resentment extinguished, said Bessie as she preceded me through the hall, was within that apartment. Did in the morning I was first introduced to Mr. Brocklehurst, where he had stood upon still-covered the hearth, glancing at the bookcase placed on the third shelf above. The inanimate objects were not changed past recognition. 2 young ladies appeared before me. One very tall as Miss Ingram, very thin too, with a sallow face and severe mien. There was something ascetic in her look, of a straight-skirted black stiff dress, a starched linen collar, combed away from the temples, beads, a crucifix. This I felt sure was Eliza, traced little resemblance to her from herself in that elongated and colourless visage. Was a certainly Georgiana of 11. This was a full-blown, very plump damsel, fair as waxwork, with handsome and regular features, languishing blue eyes, and wrinkled yellow hair. The hue of her dress was black too, looked puritanical. One the thin end peddled her daughter had her parents' Kangormai, booming and luxuriant in good girl head. Her contour and chin perhaps a little softened, but still imparting an indescribable hardness to the countenance, otherwise so voluptuous and buxom. Both ladies, as I advanced, rose to welcome me by the name of Miss Eyre. Eliza's greeting was delivered in a short, abrupt voice, without a smile, and then she sat down again, her eyes on the fire, and seemed to forget me. How had I do several commonplace about my journey, the weather on, uttered in rather a drawling tone, measured me from head to foot, no traversing the folds of my drab merino pelisse, and now lingering on the plain trimming of my cottage bonnet, saying the words, a certain superciliousness of look, coolness of manner, of tone, expressed fully their sentiments on the point, any positive rudeness in word or deed. A sneer, however, open hand now. No longer that power over me it once possessed. I sat between my cousins, not mortified, nor Georgiana for me. The fact was, things to think about, or best off at their ears, gave me no concern therefore, good or bad. My street, I soon looking comely at Georgiana to bridle at the direct address, as if it were an unexpected liberty. Mice, read, Mamma, you mean she is extremely pretty? If, said I, you would just step upstairs and tell her I am come. Georgiana almost started, and she opened her blue eyes wild and wide. I know she had a particular wish to see me, I added, being disturbed in an evening, remarked Eliza. I soon rose, my bonnet and gloves, and invited Besuo. Was, I did say, my street was disposed to receive me or not tonight. I went and have found Bessie and dispatched her on my errand. Further measures It had heretofore been my habit always to shrink from arrogance, received as I had been today. I should, a year ago, resolved to quit Gitchy the very next morning. Now me all at once that would be a foolish plan. A journey of 100 miles to see my aunt with Hurtle. She was better dead as to her daughter's pride or folly. I must put it on one side, make myself independent of it. So I addressed the housekeeper, asked her to show me a room. I should probably be a visitor here for a week or two, my trunk conveyed to my chamber, and followed thither myself, Bessie on the landing. Mrs. is awake, said she, or here I did not need to be guided to the one-own room to which I had so often been summoned for chastisement or reprimand in former days. I hastened before Bessie. I swiftly opened the door, stood on the table for it. Was now getting dark. Great four-post bed with ember hangings as of old. They the toilet table, armchair, and the footstool to meal. Transpardon for offences by me uncommitted. A set in corner near. Switch used to lurk there, quivering palm or shrinking neck. I approached the bed and leant over the high pile pillows. What did I remember? My straight's face, and I eagerly sought the familiar image. Quez. Longings of vengeance and hashes, the promptings of rage and aversion, had left. This woman in bitterness and hate, now with no other emotion than a sort of wreath for her great sufferings in amity. The well-known face was there, stern, peculiar out nothing could melt, and the somewhat raised, imperious eyebrow. How often had it lowered on me menace and hate. The recollection of childhood's terrors and sorrows revived as I traced its harsh line now, and yet I stooped down and kissed her. She looked at me. This Jane Eyre? She said, yes, and read. How I had once thought that I would never call her. And again, no sin to forget and break that vow now. Her hand, which lay outside the sheet, had she pressed mine kindly, should at that moment have experienced true pleasure. Soon Sifun, nor our natural antipathies so readily eradicated. Mice to be continued.